Hi everybody, welcome to part 23 of drawing the Lotus pod in coloured pencil. So we're going to continue with the seeds, and as we've done in class, excuse me, I'm just sharpening a pencil. I'm going to start to add some shadows. So around the seed. So if I go to this example here, we can see that there are some cast shadows here with the light source coming from the left, and then we've got these little craters, okay, just to the left of the seed. So on the right there are cast shadows, and on the left there are craters, okay. Now some of these cast shadows are in crater, are sitting in the crater, so we need to capture that. Over to the left, where things start to flatten out a bit, you can still see cast shadows, but they're not necessarily in a deep crater. I think, oh yeah, maybe that's the only one, but yeah. And then as we move over to the left, there are no cast shadows at all. Okay, so we're going to start over on this side, and I've started already, so you can see what I've done, and we'll continue over here. So we're going to add the cast shadows, and we're going to be using Chrome Oxide Green number 278, which is the darkest green in our colour palette. All right, so this is what's been done so far, and you can see we're going to be continuing with this dark green on the right side, which is showing some cast shadow in that crater that's coming out of the crater where the seed is sitting. Okay, now I'm going to put this on its side again, zoom in a bit more so you can see, and by adding these we'll start to create a bit of depth. And just before I start, the pencil needs to be super duper sharp. I'm just trying to get my image back up. Beautiful. And if you've got a digital image, it's really handy for this sort of stuff. Okay. And in we go. Oh. So there is my fourth cast shadow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's come in here. Now this is getting a bit murky because there was some pencil put down earlier. Let's see if we can work our way out of there. Look, it's coming along. Now, how big is this? Okay, I think that's it there. Okay, there's another one. Let's move over to row number, actually let's get this fourth one. Did I get it? Yeah, I did. Right, okay, row number 3. Now this is, there is a cast shadow, but it's also sort of a bit of a sunken area. So just there, just a bit more there. All right, this one, which is also looking a bit murky now. Okay, and another one. And one in here. So if we turn this back upright, okay, you can start to see the outline on one side of the seeds coming out. So I'm going to continue on with that, but I'm going to jump from here up to some of these ones that are not so, that aren't sort of casting dark shadows, and some of them look quite dark, so I'm just adding a bit of this, like seriously tickling that, just to give it a bit more shadow. And the same here, these have quite a bit of shadow, so I'm going over the blue but letting some of it still come through. The same over here. Now I've used 278, but I think in class I used 167, so don't worry, either or will be fine. Just want to make sure you use this very lightly. Well, that's come up well. Let's get this one. And there's a couple more here. Nice. Okay, I think I'll leave it at that now, but and I'll come back and fill the rest of this. But you can see a few over here that don't have cast shadows, and I've given them, they actually have a bit more shadow on the seed itself. For example, here and here and here, and it's in these areas where I've added some of this 278. I've left a little bit of blue poking out from behind. Okay, so I'll stop the video now and I'll come back and add the rest of these cast shadows in between videos. Okay, see you soon.